guys, how you doing? This is Manga section. I'm here to bring you the review for One Piece episode 794. Now, there was a lot of filler elements in this episode. I know that's probably the usual standard for One Piece at the anime these days, but yeah, there was quite a bit of it, and because of that, I reckon there's really not much to talk about. So the first thing I'm going to mention is the whole thing with Brooke and Pedro. Now, the little bit where you still see them in the submarine, that was the filler bit, and that's not too bad. You know, we see them arriving, you know, fair enough. You know, sometimes you've got to fill out episodes, so fair enough with that. But the canon bit of that episode is when they're on land and you find out that a newspaper's going out, breaking news, and we know that Jinbe is headlining on that news. We don't find out exactly what happens to him. We'll probably find out what happens next episode, but we know that there's that little teaser of that. So that's everything about Book and Pedro. And now we have a lot of Luffy just running around in the Seducer Woods, if you haven't guessed already. Most of that was filler. I think the only canon bit of that is when he runs into the big head again and he takes out the staff out of the big head. I think that was the only canon bits. From my memory, that is the only canon bits. The rest was filler. The bits of him running around chasing after Nami, Chopper, Brooke, Pudding. I mean not Brooke, Carrot, Nami, Chopper, Pudding. Those were filler, and the bit before that, the very first bit where you see him walking around and the trees are talking to him and he tells the trees to shut up, that was filler as well. So yeah, that's a figure involving Luffy. Now, the main focus and what the episode was entitled after, Sanji versus Judge. So we see them exchanging blows, and we know that Judge has the electric Diablo Jambi, and but what I'm really trying to get at is during this fight, we do see like the mindset of Judge, because he was willing to let his soldiers, German 66 soldiers, to die during this fight. And now I know it was later on said that these soldiers are willing to die for the, you know, for their master, for their commander in chief, and that's fine. But what makes it bad is that he would do it for just like a little scrap with his son. Yeah, I know they don't really see each other as father son figure, but you know, just for a little scrap with his son, he was willing to kill one of his soldiers, which is, you know, it's not a good look, not a good look at all. I know we can say Sanji didn't go for that because, you know, we never see no Hell's memories, and we can't really say that for his dad, but I'm assuming that he did. And now I'm saying that they both didn't go all out, but I'm not saying that if they did go all out, that Sanji would have beat his dad. I don't think that would have been the case. I do think he's the stronger of the two. He should be the stronger of the two, but I'm saying, like, you know, they didn't go all out. So at the end of the day, the fight wasn't, you know, all that, because we didn't see them much. Every time they exchanged attacks, it was Sanji getting blown back. Yeah. So during this fight, we have a little flashback again, where it's just Sanji remembering some stuff from his childhood, and it's basically we find out that at some point in Sanji's childhood, his dad locked him up, caged up his face, and put him in a cell somewhere. Bad parent. And then, you know, that's the norm. That's actually a cliche for animes to have bad parents. Judge is filling this role. Daddy Even Smoke is filling this role. So that's the fight. I'm going to talk about that a little bit more towards the end. So we have that as the fight now. We have a scene where, you know, the fight's all over. Reiju's patching up Sanji, and then we just have a talk where we find out that Judge, he's not even too fond of Big Mom. He's trying to use Big Mom, and like he said during the episode, that he wouldn't let none of his sons marry into this family. Now we need to remember he doesn't include Sanji as a son, but so when he remembered that he had Sanji, he's like, it may be used for him still. So that's why the whole reason why he's willing to use Sanji. Remember that he had Sanji and not use one of his other sons when, you know, clans were trying to get together. And yeah, so I mentioned the whole thing with the soldiers already, and I'm trying to think that anything else happened within that scene of importance. and I don't think that they was. So that was everything that happened in the episode. Yes, you probably know this already if you're a regular here. I'm not a big fan of filler, but I do believe that there is right ways to do filler better. So manga readers, sorry, can enjoy the episode, and it's just not outright bait that it was filler. For example, within this episode, my preference for the filler would have been an extended fight between Sanji and Daddy Vinsmoke. It could have been something earlier to where the fight left off, because the fight legitimately does leave off in the manga with Sanji there on the floor. So it could have filled out from there, or they could have given us the pieces of the fight if there was any that we didn't get to see on screen or on paper. So yeah, that's everything I've got to say. We also have Sanji get these cuffs put on his hands, and Germa, well, I should say the Vince Smiths, they're using this as a tactic so Sanji doesn't try and escape, because we know how much he values his hands. So yeah, they put the cuffs on him, and they're said to work in a similar way to the cuffs that the Celestial Dragons use on their slaves as well. So they have a trigger, and just one click of the trigger, and they explode his hands. And now we have that little end scene at the end where Sanji is remembering when Red Zeph told him, your hands are for cooking only kind of deal. And now, when I read this in the manga, and this isn't ever really answered really, but I had a feeling that Sanji's thought process was at the time was that how, if need be, he would sacrifice his hands to escape. Like that was a thought that he had for a split second, and then he remembered, but wait, I need my hands to cook cook for my crew. That's my whole purpose, to be on the crew, and that's why he ends up getting frustrated, just at the end. That was a little thought that I had. It's not never going to be really answered, but it's just a thought that I had, and I thought I'd share it with you guys for anime only watchers. I was feeling a very slow pace today. Didn't really enjoy the episode, so I'm gonna give it a 2-star rating. So, like always, guys, I'm asking for your thoughts and opinions. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Most importantly, take care. Have a nice day.